The World Health Organization has defined life skills as the abilities or capabilities that help us to effectively deal with the day-to-day challenges. But to take it simply, these are the skills to live life with ease. WHO has prescribed 10 core life skills. I'll just go through all those life skills. What are the 10 core life skills which World Health Organization has prescribed? We have self-awareness and empathy. We have interpersonal relationship and communication, decision making and problem solving, coping skills, coping with stress and coping with emotions, critical thinking and creative thinking skills. But today we are going to focus, as Rama has already discussed, that today we are going to focus on the self-awareness piece, which is said to be a mother skill, the most important skill that each and every individual needs. And for that, we have a very special guest, Smita ma'am, with us today, who is going to guide us through her experience and expertise. I don't think she needs any introduction, but I will just give a glimpse that she is a very well-known face from cinema, theater, and television. But today she has come up with a dusri pehlu. What is that pehlu? She is a transformative speaker. Her learning stretches across Asia, America, and Europe. She is certified in 35 healing modalities, which includes being a grandmaster in Reiki as well as expert in NLP, that is neuro linguistic programming, EFT, that is emotional freedom technique. She's a go to person for automatic writing and a spiritual diet weight loss transformation coach. She has conducted in depth study and research in aligning energy centers of the body and enhance our life skills to impart a transformative experience in people in various aspects of professional and personal life. She is our guide today to self awareness. With her varied experience, she will be guiding us on how to balance the inner and the outer world. Over to you, Smita ma'am. So the first question already have been put across, that if you can guide us, what is the inner and outer world and how to balance the two?
First thing, a lot of people are not aware that there is a world inside you, which has a direct effect on your world outside you. We only see and perceive things what our eyes can see, what our ears can hear, and what you can touch, like from our senses. There are
Yes,
so many,
Tanya.
there are
Can we
so many things
request
that
the
are happening.
audiences to mute, please?
There is so much happening inside of us, which is never brought to our notice in from any school, any institution, no one. Like, what are feelings? Where do they come from? You feel everything every minute, every time somebody says something. Either you're happy or you're sad or you're hurt or you're jealous. Constantly you are struggling with feelings. You're struggling with emotions, which is there inside you. You're struggling with the mind, which nobody has seen. Nobody knows where the hell it is and what it's doing. You're struggling with your thoughts. This is your entire inner world, and you're struggling and living with it all your life, but no one ever thinks of addressing it. What's happening inside me? If I'm feeling this, how do I take care of it? What do I do about it? Right? We are only interested in what is happening in the outside world. She has a big house, I need a big house. If she has 2 cars, I want 4. She has a fancy handbag, I want another fancy handbag. She has climbed up in her job, she's promoted, I am not. She's happier than me, her husband is better. Constantly you are in that kind of a thing, that somebody else is better than you, looking at the outside world. You're only living in the outside world and getting frustrated. Now, frustrated is feeling inside, but you don't know how to deal with your frustration, do you? You don't know how to tackle it. If somebody says something to you, you're hurt. Why did she say this? You'll go on with your mind. Why did she say this? What does she mean? This, that. Tackle it. Do you know that? You don't. Nobody knows how to do it. And that is the main problem of my suffering, is that people are just not aware of what is happening inside them all their lives. Their entire life just goes like this without ever bothering to find out, where is this coming from? Why is it coming? And how do I deal with it? It's coming to everyone. It's not a single soul on this planet does not feel these emotions which I have just mentioned, right? But how many of you, I'm asking you, so many people on the planet, on the platform today, how many people can say that, yes, I know how to deal with my feelings? Can anybody say that? Can somebody raise their hands, can put a thumbs up and say that, yes, I know how to deal with my feelings?
You can feel free to please unmute yourself and speak, or you can put your comments in the chat box. To some extent, is what Dr. Nalini says.
To some extent. Yeah, so to
Not
some
always.
extent, no. Can you deal with your feelings to some extent? I would like to know
Not
that.
always.
That's what. So, unfortunately, like she's a doctor, right? Now, unfortunately, educated people also don't know how to deal with their feelings. Forget about people who are not educated. And no, not even education has ever told you, ki, let me find out what the hell is happening and how to deal with it. I'm not talking people who are not educated, not aware. Forget about it. It's a different world there. But what about people like us? So this is what I talk when I say that there has to be a balance between your inner world and outer world. There's a huge whole world inside of you that is going on, which reflects your external world, and vice versa. It's like two wings of a bird. You need both of them to soar. But we are only looking at the outside world. We are not dealing with the inner world. And so at some point in life, we find ourselves struggling with emotions, struggling with challenges of our life. We don't know what to do, especially from the age of, say, late 30s to late 40s. Then you have uninvited friends like diabetes and cholesterol and high blood pressures, or things worse than that. They have been bulai mehman. They will just come because you've not dealt with what all is happening inside you. They become blocks in your body, and obviously they're going to show up somewhere or the other, right? So, how to deal with that? First and foremost, I will suggest to you tonight when you go to bed, just ask yourself what is going on inside you. Just turn inside and say anything. Now, whatever happened on this platform, turn inside and say, oh, it made me feel good. It didn't make me feel good. I didn't get my answers. I was waiting for this, but that didn't happen. This is all which is going on inside you. See what is going on inside you. You will never even bother that it has bothered you. I went on this platform, I was expecting so much, but I was not very happy. That has bothered you. Or you may get a great takeaways from this program. It was fantastic. I would love to listen to her once again. That has given you a feeling of happiness that comes from within. It doesn't come from the outside. The feelings inside. The triggers are outside, but the emotion is felt inside of you. So see what happens to you when by the end of the day. Forget this, whatever happened the whole day long. Who hurt you, who disturbed you, who made you feel happy, what made you feel nice. So many things happen in the day. So first, connect to that inner world. Become aware that this is there inside and it has been there for so long and I was not aware of it. First and foremost, main thing is awareness. The main disease of human beings is unawareness. We give gyan to a lot of people. Like I saw your posters just now when this thing was going on, this skill, that skill, that skill. We give a lot of gyan, which is again in the outside world. We're not dealing with the inner world. I guess this was a whole corporate scene, right? Sarvari, I mean, the way it was all put, it was more of a corporate type of a program. So that's the thing with corporates. It's always been mind management, time management, this management. It's all related here. They have never done that distance, crossed that distance, that 18-inch distance from year to year. Am I right? So if you cross that distance, don't keep everything mind related. We have this habit of talking to each other from here. One mind is talking to the other mind. One mind is arguing with the other mind. If you shift your thoughts and bring, when you're talking to a person, connect with your heart to the other person. If you connect with your heart to the other person, you will, the whole ice will melt. There'll be so much of thawing. The whole conversation will change because you're feeling something. You're feeling with your heart. The love is shared. There's something that is shared from here, from your heart. So this is what I mean by inner world and outer world. In your inner world, now I don't know if I'm permitted to say this, but I am going to say this. In your inner world is where your core resides, where your divinity resides, where what you call God. I don't like to use the word God because then it's your God and my God, and I don't like all that. So I use the word divine invariably. So whatever you consider divine is residing within you. That is in your heart. It is so ironical, sad to know that when a woman is pregnant, the doctor will check the heartbeats and say that this woman is pregnant. So what starts first is the heart, right? And then the whole baby is developed over months. But the first sign of a woman being pregnant is the heartbeat. Isn't that right? So the heart starts first. And there is something called the SA node. Doctors on this, I'm not a medical person, but it's what is taught by to me by my master, Maitra Dada Shriji. He's a doctor. So he told us there's something called the SA node, which starts those heartbeats. Not yet, no scientist, no one up till now. We've gone ways ahead as far as science and technology and everything else is concerned. No one still knows who starts this SA node. Who starts the heartbeats? No one knows. So it's the heart that starts first. When you leave the body, your heart stops and then you're declared dead. If your mind stops, you're declared clinically dead, but you're still alive. It's the heart which stops. So it's all the way through its heart. And heart. But when you grow up, somehow you forget the heart and it's only the mind that's operating. And we are only operating through the mind. That's it. हार्ट पता नहीं कहाँ बंद हो जाता है, कब बंद हो जाता है, तो खुलने का नाम ही नहीं लेता. So this is exactly what I mean, is to balance your inner world and outer world. Having said that, you do need the mind. Don't get me wrong there. Because the mind is the one which will give you, even good thoughts come from the mind. So you need the mind. But you need to befriend the mind. Make your mind your friend. Mind is not your enemy. Make your mind your friend, but deal with the heart. Connect with the heart with the other person. When you look at a person, don't look at his mind and immediately start judging a person. Oh, what is this? What has she done? What does she want to her hair? What has Smita done to her hair? Why is her hair looking like this? Don't get onto that. So anyway, that's a joke. But generally, we immediately start commenting and judging another person the minute you see the person, right? So forget about that. Just lower your attention and go to the heart and just see what kind of heart that person has. And you'll feel connected in all these extra whatever things, the adornments that you have, they just disappear. They just disappear. You just connect that person from the heart. So itna bhi karoge na, this much also, you'll feel so connected to everyone and everything that is. You will approach with love. You will approach through the heart, not from here. So this is what I mean as balance of the inner world and outer world. And that's a very great skill, Sarbari. We should put that in one of those skills as a really great skill. I have processes in my class when I do even online classes and all that. I have these processes of how to deal, how to connect with that core, how to connect with your divinity, how to deal. I'm telling you this, yes, you deal with your heart, but you will not know how to do it. There is a way, there's a process. Everything has a process. You have to go through all that. So I do have these processes about all these things, because that I cannot discuss all that over here. But there is a way to do it. For now, I feel you just become an awareness, become aware. Yes, I have to deal with my heart. There is some divinity which is there in my heart, which is just locked down, just shut down. As for example, I'll give you the example of a lantern, kandil, जिसको बोलते हैं lantern, लालटेन बोलते हैं ना, right? It has a glass this and a jyot inside, correct? So when you light that lamp, that light, that fire, That jyot will go on and on and on, and gradually and slowly there will be this dark soot which gathers on the sides of the walls of the glass. And you feel, why is the flame looking so light? Why is the flame not shining? Why is the flame not shining? Without you realizing that there's a soot formed around it. That's why you can't see the jyot has not gone down. The flame has not gone down. It is your connection, that soot, which is not allowing you to see that flame inside you.
I think
Correct?
that is a very interesting simile or a very
Exactly.
interesting example that will help us understand. We've got also
Yeah.
very interesting comments from people on the
Yeah,
chat.
sure.
We
Let's
are
understand.
we are talking about, wow, the magic of life, the SE node. We may need to strike a balance with heart and brain, sometimes heart over head and sometimes head over heart. Thank you all so much for those comments. Keep your comments going. We will be taking up your comments. And if you have any questions, also please put them in the chat box.
Yeah.
We have another question, or we can move to the second question. How can spiritual diet lead to holistic wellness?
So, my program is spiritual diet and weight loss transformation. Now, I basically deal with transformation. I connect people with all my whatever I do, my services that I do. The main thought is to transform people. Okay. Now, let me just tell you in short what I mean, or what my master, Maitreya Dadashiji, means by transformation. So, transformation is transform the mind and invoke love in everybody's heart. That is the main idea of transformation. Now, I'll give you an example. Like if you've seen an ant, we all know an ant. So, ant just revolves around this much, right? So, how much of the earth can the ant see? उसका इतना दायरा होगा ना, छोटा सा, इतना सा दायरा होगा उसका ant का, right? But if it's a bird, it can see that much more of the ground. But if it's an eagle or a kite, it can see an overall bird's eye view, जिसको हम बोलते हैं.